Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be predicting the AFL Finals series. All kicks off tomorrow night with Adelaide v Collingwood at 7 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So, gonna start things off here. To be honest, I personally reckon the Crows will get over here, even though they are losing Isaac Rankin still. I reckon they'll still get over just with a great win over Collingwood. So I'll lock them in to win the first final, with Nick Dacos also battling some soreness on his ankle, but is a certain to play. Now, next we've got Giants v Hawthorn. I reckon Giants are going to be great at homes, with Hawthorn being a bit inexperienced lately in finals with a young side, especially away from home. So I'm going to lock the Giants in to play against, which I'm pretty sure is Collingwood. Next, we have Freo v Gold Coast Suns. Gold Coast Suns' first ever final, which is a great aspect for Gold Coast in their history, with Freo playing their home final over their win against the Western Bulldogs in round 24. Great victory there with a lot of high quality stars. I reckon Freo get it done at home here, but it could go either way, even if Gold Coast put up a good fight to show their supporters what they're made of. So I'll lock them in here. Move on to the second qualifying final between Geelong and the Brisbane Lions, played at MCG. That is a downfall for Geelong, hoping that they could play at GMHBA, their home stadium. And then Brisbane Lions, after premiership last year, I reckon they could go again, but I reckon it's Geelong this year to win this qualifying final, so I'm going to put them through with their experienced finals list. Moving on to the first semi-final between Collingwood and Giants. I think it has to be Collingwood here. They're finals experienced. Great players, just great team, where the Giants, a bit inexperienced lately, but have played quite a few. And just at the MCG, I think Collingwood are unbeatable, so we'll lock them in. And then Brisbane against Freo, same here. I think Brisbane, after their great performance last year in the grand final, it has to be them as well, especially at home, going against an inexperienced Fremantle Dockers side, so I think we have to lock Brisbane in. Now, the first prelim here at the Adelaide Oval between the Adelaide Crows and the Brisbane Lions. Again, I think it has to be just the Crows. They've been absolutely outstanding this year. Great players, great team, great coaching even, like great tactics used by Matthew Nicks. And Brisbane, they have had a great year, but I think their time has come this year, and I reckon the Crows' time has come to make their first grand final in 8 years. And by no means this is their first final series in 8 years. So we'll lock them in. Now, Geelong v Collingwood at the MCG. I personally think it has to be Geelong with their great experienced side. They know all about finals series, with Chris Scott making it nearly every year and then winning back in 2022 against Sydney Swans. I think it has to be them. Where Collingwood, they've also had a great year, but just downfall late in the season, so I think we've got to lock Geelong in. Now, the AFL Grand Final for 2025. Adelaide Crows against Geelong Cats Football Club. I personally think that it will be the Crows. They've had a great year, consistent year, and just an outright amazing squad depth, and also great teamwork as a team. Same as Geelong, but I reckon the Crows just get it done this time, winning the AFL Grand Final. Thanks, guys. We'll now move on to Lewis with his predictions.
Alright, today we are predicting the AFL final series this year. So for the first game, the qualifying final one, we have the Crows taking on Collingwood. Now I reckon this will be a close game, really close. Probably the top two sides this year. I don't know, but I think that Crows, even though they don't have Isaac Rankin, might just pull out and win this one, moving on to the first preliminary final. Unlucky for the Maggies. But then, on the other side of the table, we have qualifying 2, which involves Geelong taking on the Lions. So these two sides have also been great this year, but we're going to have to go with what I reckon will be the strongest side this finals, and what side is more hungry. Since Geelong hasn't won a final since 2022, and Lions were the premiers last year, I think Geelong will move on to the preliminary final. Then for the elimination final 1, Giants taking on the Hawks. Another two solid side, but I think the more reliable and better side of the two this year has been the Giants. Just a standout team this year. Then for the second elimination final is Fremantle Dockers taking on the Gold Coast Suns. The Gold Coast Suns have finally made it to the finals. Took them a few years. And I think they're going to go straight out of the finals. So, goodbye. We're going with the Dockers there. Then, for the first semi-final. For the first semi-final is the Collingwood Magpies and the Giants from the west of Sydney. Giants being a good side this year. I just don't know, and I don't think they have what it takes to take down the Maggies. So, I think the Maggies will come out on top so they don't go out in straight sets, lucky for them. Moving on to the second preliminary final. For semi-final 2, we have the Lions and the Dockers. Lions, as they did win last year. They did win last year. The Dockers have been a really good side, and I think the Lions will still take this to the next level and get over the Dockers here and move on to face the Crows. So I'm going to tip the Lions to win that one. Now, for the preliminary final 1, the Lions versus the Crows. Alright. Crows have just been exceptional this year. I don't think there's any beating them, especially with a team like Lions. Don't get me wrong, they're a great team, but Crows going to make a spot in the grand final, I reckon. We'll go for them. Preliminary final 2, we got the Cats and the Magpies. Two teams I don't like. But we have to pick a winner. And the winner, this is going to be one of the closest and most entertaining games of the season. But if I really think about this, might be controversial, but I'm going to go Geelong for the grand final to face off against the Crows. And now the Crows will have Isaac Rankin back in the grand final. So I don't think there's any way they have to lose.